Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this amazing, historic event today, and thank you for joining us. For some background, today is an opportunity to raise our voices and raise the flag in solidarity for transgender rights. For a little bit of history, never has this flag been raised in Massachusetts before today, and this is only the 4th time in the nation that the transgender pride flag has been flown. But more importantly is the reason why we raise the flag. We raise the flag today in support of trans rights here in Massachusetts and nationally.
I want to, first of all, thank everyone for coming out today. We're joined by several elected officials, both from City Hall and from the State House. I want to thank them for being here today. I also want to thank all the different organizations that are here today, from Freedom Massachusetts to Mass Equality to the Mass Transgender Coalition, the Mass Commission on LGBTQ Youth, Boston Gay and Lesbian Alliance Youth, and many others that are here. We are safer, we are stronger when everyone enjoys the same protections. It's long past time for us to put some protection in place across our state. I don't want our state to fall behind on this. 17 states in the country have already done this, with more than 200 cities and towns. We've seen what happens in states when they go in the other direction. Their freedom suffer, their reputation suffer, their economy suffers. We are leading the world in Boston because we are known as a place that welcomes everybody. I was talking to a few legislators not too long ago about this particular bill, and they're fairly new to the House of Representatives. And we're talking about the impacts, what they felt the impacts of this bill were going to be. And I took them back in time to 2004, when the Massachusetts Supreme Court ruled that gay marriage was legal in Massachusetts. And at that time, there was a lot of legislators in that building that weren't sure exactly how this was going to play out. And they were concerned about whether or not to support DOMA or not support DOMA. That was actually the battle that we had on the floor. But we were able to preserve marriage equality at that time for everyone. And this is an opportunity that we have right now in 2016 to end that stigma. It's time for us now to stop talking and to make things happen. And I just want to let the legislators know behind me, they have our 100% support here in City Hall. Whatever we need to do to make sure this legislation moves forward, you have us in your corner. Thank you.
When this bill gets signed into law by Governor Baker, which we hope it will, we will join 17 other states, and we will send a message that we are not Mississippi. We are not Georgia. We are not North Carolina. We respect the rights of every individual because it is the right thing to do. And we will also send a message that we're open for business here in Massachusetts. Again, I commend everyone who has participated in this struggle these many years to get this legislation to this point. We are on the cusp of doing what should have been done a long time ago. But make no mistake, we will add to the momentum so that this will become the law of the land across the entire United States of America. We have a few more weeks' work to do, and we will next gather to celebrate the new law in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, anti-discrimination protection for every transgender individual who lives in or visits the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
It's interesting that that our Senate President mentions the Southern United States. We're so used to being a divided country that we kind of take it for granted that there are laws being passed that move us in a retrograde direction. I discovered this weekend that Great Britain has issued a travel advisory to its LGBT citizens against going to the southern United States. The rest of the world sees what we do and takes heed. Friends, we are on the verge of full legal equality, and I'll be with you to celebrate.
And on behalf of the entire Boston City Council, I just want to give a very, very special thank you to Mayor Walsh for flying the transgender flag, this transgender pride flag, the symbol of inclusion and pride and diversity above our amazing building and having this very important symbol in front of the city. I want to thank you, Mayor. As you heard, the Boston City Council has already unanimously gone on record in support of the public accommodations protections legislation at the State House. And I am so proud that we have, all 13 of us unanimously in March voted that this should go through, that the entire state of Massachusetts should benefit from the same protections that Boston has had on the books since 2002. We have taken further steps, and in partnership with the mayor, the council also unanimously passed a ban on taxpayer-funded travel to North Carolina, given the recent horrible legislation there. We have also, in 2014, unanimously passed legislation that ensures healthcare coverage, equity in healthcare coverage for our trans city workers and family members, so that everybody is equal before the city of Boston. When we can look up and see this symbol of inclusion, equality, and pride flying up in the skies, let the love rain down. Thank you.
My name is Grace Sterling Stowell, and I'm the Executive Director of BAGLY, the Boston Alliance of Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, Queer, and Questioning Youth. As someone who has worked with thousands of young people in our community for over 35 years, I can tell you firsthand about the struggles and challenges faced by LGBTQ youth, particularly those who are transgender or whose gender expressions are considered different from the norm. When I was growing up, I never thought I would see the day when the transgender flag would be flying over Boston City Hall in my home state. We have come a long way in the march towards equality for LGBTQ people, but we still have a long way to go. And so I urge all of us to join together and continue the fight for racial, gender, and economic justice for all our communities. Thank you very much.
To help us raise our voices in song and celebration, we have the nation's premier all-transgender chorus, the Butterfly Transgender Music Chorus.
Who knows all these turns, and who can see the way, twisting to learn, as you walk your masquerade. So on you go, not turning round, not looking back, becoming. I could have told you